Shake the Ground podcast is brought to you by Amplify Podcast Studio. They don't just produce podcasts, they build podcasts designed to last. See amplify.ie. Welcome back to Shake the Ground, the podcast that's here to inspire you to keep working towards your wildest dreams and build your most unbreakable self. I'm your host, Nathalie Lennon, and every week we're diving into the stories of people who dared to do things differently and basically shook the ground within their own lives. This week's guest may just be the one who encompasses the ethos of this podcast more than I could have dreamt of, and it's an absolute honour to have him here in the studio today. At just 22 years old, he became the youngest Irish person ever to summit Mount Everest after a grueling 47-day expedition, he may correct me on this afterwards, that tested every part of him physically, mentally and emotionally. But what makes his story so fascinating isn't just reaching the top, it's everything that happened before he got there. From battling self-doubt, raising the money, turning back meters from the summit and finding the courage to try again. This is going to be a conversation about resilience, fear, ambition, and what happens when you refuse to let your biggest goal stay a dream and quite literally shake the ground. Adam Sweeney, you're very welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. That was a lovely introduction.
Well, you deserve far more than that, to be honest with you, but it's the most I could fit on my little cue card here. So, Adam, just before we got talking there, you were saying you're only around 5 weeks back from after summiting Mount Everest.
Yeah, it's mental. It's mental to think about.
I just don't even know where to start. Before we dive into things, give us a bit of a background on like how you got into, I suppose, wanting to summit Mount Everest.
Yeah, so basically when I was younger, during COVID, I kind of didn't want to sit around and do nothing. Mm-hmm. So I kind of had an idea to like cycle around the country. But I was like, well, someone's already done that, so I want to do something that someone already hasn't done. Mm-hmm. So then I added in every mountain in every county I went through. So I did that for my two grannies. They died within the same week. So Solar Centre, who was a local place, were like really good to them. So I said I'd raise a bit of money when I go around and do it. So we did that, and like I just loved the mountains ever since. And probably almost, I think it was about 2 or 3 months before that, there was a lady who actually came into our school. Her name was Jenny Keller. She had been into our school and she had done Everest. And like I remember sitting in the back room being like, oh my God. So then from then on, like I suppose it kind of grew from there. And I remember emailing her and being like, I want to do Everest next week. And she actually sat down, like listened to me, being like, oh yeah, I want to do it in like a month. Knowing full well that I hadn't done anything before that. But then it kind of grew from there. And yeah, I suppose just kept going higher and higher. And now, thankfully, we stood on top of the world.
Oh my, like stood on top of the world. Can we take a minute to like appreciate that? It's insane. So that first challenge you did, was that cycling and a hike in every county?
So you cycle to all the mountains. So cycle the coast of Ireland, but you're going from mountain to mountain in each county on the coast.
How many days did that take you?
It was meant to take 17 days. I think I had fifth year starting in, so I think it was 18 days or something like that. So to get all my subject choices, I had to go and do it in 17 days. But sure, I forgot to bring a jack for the first mountain. I was so underprepared, like, you know what I mean? So it ended up taking about a month.
So you were only in fifth year doing that?
Yeah. So just a summer fortune. Yeah. So
that's so impressive.
I wouldn't say that now. It's just getting out and doing something, isn't it? I didn't want to be bored sitting at home. Like it was either that or work. So
I think most people listening are going to say it's quite impressive. I feel you in that. During COVID, I think a lot of people grew a love for the outdoors and an appreciation for hiking in Ireland again. But taking on a challenge like that when you're that young and raising money for wonderful causes at the same time, it's really, really inspirational. So then, from before doing that challenge, you had a bit of a thought in the back of your mind, like Everest might be a goal someday?
Yeah, I kind of always have. My mother's always talked about like shackling and stuff like that. So we always grew up hearing stories about like shackling going across the Arctic, and then also like Tenzin Norgay and Edmund Hillary. They're the first people to summit Everest. So she kind of brought us up on those stories. Now, obviously we had seen all those dodgy movies as well. Like so when I was over there, the poor mother was nearly having a panic attack. But yeah, no, look, it was kind of through that. So look, we actually have a poster in our toilet about the first summit of Everest. So maybe sitting there all the time maybe played a big part of it. Like,
but that's what they say about like, you know, vision boards and manifestation and all that. Like if you see it every day, if you have it in front of you, you know the way some people save like quotes as their wallpaper. I'm one of those people. I'm like, if you see this every day, like eventually your thoughts become your reality.
Yeah. You kind of think you can do whatever you can, really. Like.
Yeah, exactly. So can you remember the exact moment where you thought, right, Everest, I'm going to do this?
So yeah, it was after that cycle. I decided to go to South America. So the highest mountain I'd done before was 1,200 meters over in the UK, and I said, right, next up we'll go do 7,000 meter peak. Obviously a crazy jump. Like I remember going over and people were like, "Oh, what have you done?" I was like, 5,000 meters, 1,200 was the highest. Like.
Just saying 5,000 so they don't question
Yeah,
it.
yeah, because they were there. I was kind of like, yeah, it was that, it was that. So I went over and I had Everest in the back of my mind. I said, right, if I get up this, I'm going to put it out there because obviously, like you mentioned before, it's a lot of money and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So you need to kind of put it out into socials and stuff and kind of get a bit of awareness towards it. Like so, after I went over and completed that,
So that mountain, was that the one in Argentina?
yeah, yeah,
And how do you pronounce the name of it?
Aconcagua. I think. Hopefully, I'm getting it right. Like Aconcagua. I think it is. Like.
Aconcagua, okay. So that was in Argentina. That was your first big expedition, really.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Because that other one you mentioned before that is probably around the same height as Carn Hill, is it?
Yeah, 1,002. It was Ben Nevis over in the UK, like.
Okay, very good.
So it wasn't too high at all.
So talk me through that first hike that was extreme.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
7,000 meters. Is that what you said? Okay.
Yeah, 6'9", 6'2". So.
What was like? That is just crazy. What was the prep like for that? How did you get there? Did you do it with a group?
Yeah, so I went over with an Irish group, so it's actually nice because you kind of you didn't know the gang beforehand, but you kind of knew of them and stuff like that. So the prep wasn't anything major. Look, it was just getting out into local hills and stuff like that. I kind of obviously towards Everest, I was way more prepared because I kind of knew what I was doing.
Course, yeah.
But for this one, I was kind of winging it. So I was just going out in the hills for maybe 6, 7, 8 hours a day, and then kind of doing that twice a week and stuff. But then, yeah, just kind of flew over, and I think the most stressful part for the family was that I was traveling around Chile for. 2 weeks by myself.
Yeah.
They didn't care about the mountain. They said, right, you're grand there, but going around Chile by yourself for 2 weeks is worse. So kind of did that before and then headed over and kind of gave it a go now. It was way harder than I could have imagined. Like I was just eating wise and stuff like that. Your body is just so not used to, like it's so hard to eat up in this at the altitude. So I wasn't eating much for like a week and stuff like that. But learned so much over there.
How long did it take you to summit that one?
I'd say it was about 10 days
10
overall.
days.
Yeah.
So, like, literally talking to someone who doesn't have a fucking clue now. Like, the most I've done is Carn Hill. Do you have your tent and everything on your back? Do you have someone with you? What was that?
No, so essentially the tents are kind of set up on the way in. So it's kind of nice because they set them up at the start of the season and then you go up and you sleep in the tent and then someone might sleep in the tent the next night. So you don't have to be carrying it the whole time. Now, that being said, there was points where you did have to carry it up to Camp 4, I think, because there just wasn't, I think it was Camp 3 actually, there wasn't huge facilities up there, so you just have to bring it up. But
and food-wise, are you carrying a lot of your food?
Yeah, you're carrying your food and stuff like that, and then you have to carry all your waste down and stuff like that, so that's not the nicest part.
So what sort of food are you having in those, 5 days pre-summit?
I didn't have much at all. But what you're meant to have, I just every time I kind of go to high altitude, it's just the food is just horrible. Like so, it's kind of like porridge and stuff like that. Yeah. Bring your own jellies because you want stuff that you're used to. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to eat and stuff. And then, well, I suppose not bananas, but obviously when you're down in base camp, bananas, bits like that. And then once you're up, it's kind of like carbs, just kind of carb loading and stuff like that. But it's those ones you put boiling water in, so they're not the nicest meals, but they're not the worst. Like
anything you can get in, I suppose, for calories when you're not able to stomach much as well.
You'd be buzzing to get a meal in, like.
Yeah. Okay, right. So that one in Argentina, is that the highest in America?
South America, yeah.
Highest in South America. So when did you do that one?
God, it must have been 4 years ago, I'd say.
Okay, 4 years ago. So that's maybe 22.
22, yeah.
I'm trying to paint myself the timeline of when you said, right, Mount Everest, I'm going to literally get to the peak of the world. So after that one, you did one more in Nepal, am I right?
Yeah, so it was kind of nice now because I put it out on social media and someone contacted me, Jason Black. He's done like K2 and Everest before.
Okay.
And it kind of made a reality because you put it out there, but it's so logistically hard to actually get towards Everest.
Can I go back a step? So you put it out there about the one in Nepal, was it?
No, yes, that I want to do Everest.
Oh, Everest.
So I'd done Aconcagua, so I was like, right, I didn't know the next step really. I was planning on doing a different mountain.
When you put it out there on, was it social media?
Yeah.
What was the response like? Because, and maybe this is me now being someone who probably struggles with people's opinions a little bit. Did you think people would think you were like crazy?
Yeah, I think everyone at the start, like Irish people aren't very good for putting themselves out there at the start. Like we aren't. But once you put it out there, people don't really care as much. It was really nice. Obviously, you get the odd comments being like, "Oh, what are you doing?" Blah blah blah. But no point listening to that. But the majority of it was really nice. Like, and no one was like doubting you or anything like that, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Okay, so you put it out there on social media. Did you say Jason?
Jason Black,
Jason Black got in touch, and this was when you said you wanted to do Everest.
Yeah.
So how did things go from there?
Yeah, so he kind of reached out to me and was like, okay, in 2026, I want to put a team together, an all-Irish team. So the first all-Irish team in 20 years, he was saying. So I was thinking, okay, that's class. Obviously, I want to jump on that. And he said he had a trip out to Nepal doing Amadablam. So that's just really technical over there. So it's not as high as Aconcagua or Everest, but it'd be obviously not as tall as Everest. But it'd be a lot more technical. So it's kind of cool. Like,
I read that some people say it's actually more difficult than Everest to summit because it's so technical, even though it's not as high. Now I know we're going to get into everything Everest related. I'm building my way up there. But after doing Everest, would you agree that one in Nepal is a bit more difficult? Sorry, what's the name of it again?
Amadablam.
Amadablam.
Yeah.
So easy. It's so hard.
I know, they're all so difficult. Why do they make them hard? Like,
So would you say that was more difficult? Hardly.
I don't think so, because I think just the timeline we were over in Nepal was just mad. Like, we were over there for 2 months. We weren't meant to be that long. Whereas for Amadablam, like the first one we did, that's probably like a 2-week trip. So mentally, it's definitely not as tough. Obviously, it can be scary sometimes because I think there's like a vertical wall at one point you're climbing up, and it's about 2-3 kilometers below you. Like
in Nepal.
On Amadablam, it's called the Yellow Tower. So that can be a little scary, like. And it'd be a lot more like exposed. But like that, look, it wouldn't be as dangerous.
So when you did that one with this was with the team now that Jason put together. Was that a step in your training towards Everest? Was that everyone's goal on the team?
It wasn't everyone's goal. Okay. It wasn't everyone's goal, but a lot of people, I think a few people had that in mind. Now, we kind of went over and the weather was just diabolical, like. So we did like an acclimatization peak beforehand. So technically before, you can't just go up to 8,000 metres because your body needs to get used to it. So you need to go up and come down. So we did a peak before that, and it took us like 23 hours on the trot to come back down. So we came back down and everyone was wrecked then.
What sort of environments are we talking about here?
You're talking probably minus 30 degrees maybe.
Holy Lord.
Yeah, I know. It's not warm, like. It's not warm.
Oh my God, minus 30.
Yeah.
So is any part of your skin out?
Not really. Your face might be out or something like that, but you try to keep a buff on. But definitely not your hands or your limbs or anything like that, because if you leave them out, they're kind of gone. Like, one lad did get frostbite in the team. He had to get airlifted down. But he was delighted. He had to get a long line down. They just collect you. And he said, geez, I would have got frostbite again to get that down. So, like, he was buzzing himself going down.
Was that just in his hands, like, or all over?
Yeah, on his hands. So, like, he kind of took off his glove and they were just black all over his hands. You're like, oh my God.
Black?
Yeah, it's just his fingers have turned black, like.
Oh.
So poor fella, like. But he's back normal now, like.
And this, thank God. And this first peak you did to acclimatise and get your body used to it. Can you talk me through how your body feels when you're going into those different altitudes?
So it kind of just feels, I don't know, like, you never feel good. It's kind of a weird feeling because, you know, the way, obviously, if you're doing a race, something, you always want to feel good beforehand. But you kind of always feel sick because your body's just so not used to it. Now, the Sherpa lads over there, they are flying up the mountain, like.
They're, like, inhumane.
Oh, they're nice people ever meet in your life, like. And they don't get enough credibility, but, like, they're mad. You look at these, they're almost running up the hill. And then you're like, oh, this is tough, like. But look, in fairness, they're so nice. You have a good crack with them.
We're in such a little kind of bubble here, I feel, with like businesses, cities, social media, climbing career ladders. You kind of don't stop to think about like Sherpas over there in these crazy high mountains doing that every single day. But I think they're happiest because they're away from the madness of cities and social media and everything. Yeah,
well, like, that's their job as well. Like, it's kind of mad because, like, you can imagine, like, they go into work and they're saying goodbye to their families and they're going doing these mad mountains, like, and they're doing it on the regular. But, like, I find it crazy because over there they don't have as much as what we'd have over here.
Yeah.
But yet, like, the people are just so happy all the time. It's kind of mad, like, because they kind of don't have anything to stress about. They're just happy with what they have, the small little things. So it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice seeing it. When you look at it, you're kind of like, geez, you know what? I could probably get less stress of it. You know what I mean?
It kind of like humbles you and makes you realise the little things are what matter most.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel. It's kind of different, but like when I was in Bali, we went away from the tourist area and into we did like kind of a tour with, was it Intrepid I went with, into like the locals in what other people would see as probably like a really run down poor village.
Yeah.
They were the happiest people I came across. Like,
It's mad,
happiest
isn't it?
people.
Yeah.
It is. It's mad. Okay, so when you did Amadablam, is that right?
Yeah. Nailed it.
I had it in front of me, guys. But anyway, Amadablam. After that, when was that actually? What's the timeline?
So that was, I think I did Aconcagua in February, and then I went over to Amadablam in November.
Okay, 2022.
2022, or yeah, I think
Okay.
in 2022.
So 2022 to 2026.
Yeah.
What did you do in that time frame to, I suppose, tell me everything, Adam, from raising the money, first off, to then, I suppose, the fitness side of things before going to do Everest?
Yeah, I think the fitness side of it was actually probably the easier part of it.
Okay.
Like, I thought it'd be hard, but once you enjoy going out and going on the mountains or whatnot, or doing runs or stuff like that, it's kind of handy.
And you've built up the tolerance at this stage. You've done 2 difficult mountains, so
Yeah.
you just kind of have to keep that up, keep the body well, keep fueled.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So, and you kind of know what you need to do beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
So, look, I was lucky enough to get like a nutritionist down with the college. So I'm in college and stuff like that. So I got a nutritionist and then free gym membership, which is great, like, because you can use a Stairmaster if you're not bothered to go
Yeah.
drive to the mountains, like, although they are the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. Did you do the Stairmaster much?
Yeah,
for
yeah,
training?
probably like 2 or 3 times a week.
And how many, like for an hour at a time?
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't go more than an hour and a half. I couldn't.
No, I can't even do half an hour. I'm like,
They're so
sick of it.
boring.
Yeah.
They're so boring.
yeah, I literally couldn't tell you the last time I stood on a Stairmaster. Maybe it was like a year ago for 5 minutes, but I just couldn't be bothered. I'm like, I'd rather be on a mountain than a Stairmaster.
Well, that's it, isn't it? They're so, and they are close enough. They're like, you know what, I'll just go.
I know.
But then sometimes you're like, look, you know what, that 20 minutes extra drive, I'm not going to bother.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're on the Stairmaster, you do anything to get off
Yeah,
it. But look,
you
it
would.
was
But
good
that's
mental
what builds-
preparation.
Yeah, that's what builds the mental resilience you probably need going into, like, climb to the top of the world.
Yeah. I'd much rather do that again than go on the Stairmaster.
Yeah. Okay, so the fitness side of things you're like chipping away on. When you finished that one in Nepal, did you know at that point my next goal is Everest?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
team were
kind
all
of-
working towards this.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think there wasn't much of us. At that time, there wasn't many in the group.
Okay.
So there's only 4 of us who went over. A few lads on Amadablam did want to go, but then they didn't summit. So I think that kind of threw a span in the works. Yeah. So it was only myself and my Sherpa to summit in the end, which is kind of bittersweet. Because you're obviously
my
buzzing to
God.
get up, but then you come back down to the tent and everyone's they're all like, oh, congratulations. But there's a bit of like a lower, as in like everyone's kind of sad because they didn't get up and stuff like that.
And sorry, the man that reached out to you, Jason Black, was he with the group?
He was, but he had to deal with the frostbite.
Oh, okay, that
So,
was him,
because
yeah.
he was leading the group, he actually was a different person, but he had to
He'd go with him.
he had to deal with
Okay.
your man.
God, so you were the only one out of that group. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
So it was kind of mad, but look, it was nice to get up there, anyways.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you got to the top of Amadablam,
Yeah,
was it at that moment you said, I'm going to be able to do Everest if I can do this?
yeah. You kind of look over and you're like, you can see Everest over there, and like,
Can you?
yeah. So it's real cool, like.
Wow.
So you can see it. It doesn't look that much taller. Now I think it's about 2,000 meters taller, like. So obviously it's a worlds away. But yeah, when I got there, I was like, right, this is definitely possible. We're going to give this a good go.
Okay.
But I remember getting to the top and I like kind of lay on the floor for a second and looked over and my Sherpa Pemba was smoking a cigarette. I was like, how are you doing this, man?
Stop!
Yeah, he was just chilling up there, like happy.
Like gloves on.
No, when the sun comes up, it's not that cold.
Okay.
So you're kind of warming up. So he's taking his gloves off and he was having
Oh
a cigarette for
my God,
himself.
just having his little tea break on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
average working day. Like.
He was like, what's going on? Why are you so tired, man? I was like, what?
That is insane. And then from when you summit to get back down to the camp where the guys were at, how long did that take?
I'd say probably about 6 hours.
6 hours, not so bad.
Yeah, no, it's not. You're just so tired. Like it's not that far distance wise, but like you're sitting down every now and then just to take a little rest because you're absolutely wrecked.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It really does take everything out of you.
Sure.
Yeah.
I literally can't even imagine. So then you get back from the trip in Nepal. How do you go about organising summiting Everest?
Yeah. So look, I had to raise the money and do the training. Luckily through Jason Black, like he was doing all the organisation, so that was kind of that out of the way. I didn't have to worry about
Okay.
getting permits, stuff like that.
Yeah, he
obviously
is
flights and stuff. But look, there was 3 of us in it.
Yeah.
So it was really nice because you're looking at what they're doing and you're like, right, they're doing this today. Like, I have to go out and do something.
Yeah.
Because
That's lovely. That you have
it
each
is.
other to motivate.
You kind of need it because when you're by yourself, it's very hard to motivate yourself. You're like, look, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow morning comes, you're like, I'll lie in for a little bit longer. And then it just keeps going on. Like, so it's kind of nice seeing that. But like, I remember at some points during it, like, the money was such a burden that I genuinely was chatting to like the family one day and said, like, I don't think I can do this. Like, because I didn't think I could get, I think it was probably 70 grand all in. Like,
70.
Yeah.
Okay, Adam, I am like, apologies for my ignorance to the situation when it comes to like wanting to climb Mount Everest. Where is that 70 grand going? Is it like gear, fuel, Sherpa? Like, why is it so much?
Yeah, so I think it's 55 grand for the trip. So it's 15 grand before you set foot in the mountain.
Okay.
So that's the permit. And then you've got like,
it's 15 grand
yeah. So
to
it's,
do like Mount Everest.
yeah. So if you don't want anything else, then it's 15, it's whatever, it's 15 grand you have to pay for that. So that's kind of big. Now it's gone up in the last few years just because it's so commercialized at the moment. Like, so, and look, it does so much for the Nepal over there. Like, it's huge.
Absolutely. It's going back into their economy.
Yeah, you'd hope so. You would hope so. Like,
it's just, I literally didn't have a clue. You know, the figures I never heard of before. It's not like I've not spoken to anyone who's ever taken on Mount Everest before. So it's really cool to hear all this, really insightful. So 15 for the permit, and then everything beyond that is... So
you're talking like Sherpa's wages, then you're talking, you're in base camp for like a month and a half. So food, bed and board, stuff like that, showers. And then also you've got like permit for, I think, another mountain you have to pay. And then also there's like a clean-up fee. I think it's about 3,000 or 4,000.
Wow, okay.
So yeah, it adds up real quickly. So then that's the 55 grand. And then obviously extra. So if you're paying for extra food over there, then you're paying for flights and extra
gear, I'm sure.
Yeah, the gear, I know. Yeah, that's an expensive.
And the gear is top class. Like, you need the best of the best when you're taking on
People
that
think
challenge.
walking's a cheap sport. It's not. Like,
No, it's not. Even when it comes to running.
That's it. Like,
I always say running is, you know, the best therapy and it's free. You know, you don't need a gym membership. But then if you're taking on a marathon, it's kind of like, well, you need good runners, you need good gear, you need sunnies, you need all these things.
Yeah, you actually do. Like,
you do. Okay, so raising the money then, when did that start?
Probably 2 years ago, I'd say. 2 years ago, I kind of put it out there. I was kind of reluctant to do like a GoFundMe, but there's loads of people, like almost family friends, that said, look, we want to give you a few quid and stuff like that. So that was really nice, and it was such a huge help. And then also through a few companies, which was great, which was really nice.
That's the way to go. Like,
it is. So it's kind of awkward reaching out to them. But then, look, a lot of people, especially local companies and stuff like that, were just so nice, and it wouldn't have been possible without them. Like,
no, but that's how, you know, I look at, say, my partner who we were speaking about is a race car driver, and like, he can't do his sport without his sponsors. You know, companies have people that they want to back in chasing their dreams, and you were one of those people. And what a dream to be chasing. You know?
I know. Yeah, well, it's nice, like, because obviously it'd be nice to have 55 grand lying around as a student, but like, it's nice that people kind of come on and they trust you, especially before you do something big, like, you know what I mean? Because I hadn't really, like, obviously Amadablam and Aconcagua were a big thing, but people didn't really know them. So to come on board beforehand was really nice, like.
So can you tell me, what is the altitude or the height of Mount Everest in comparison to the one in Argentina?
So the one in Argentina is 6,962, and then Everest is 8,848.
Holy Lord.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Like, someone was like, I was like, how tall is that? Because obviously you can't comprehend it when you come on.
Carrot Hills on top of each
Yeah,
other.
if you look at a plane, a plane's cruising altitude is Mount Everest. So that's kind of where the summit is. Yeah, so I was like, geez, that's high, like.
That is so high.
Yeah, it's mad.
Okay, so sorry, I keep getting distracted here. So you worked on raising the money for 2 years. Was there any point along that process where you thought this may not be possible, that you nearly threw in the towel, or were you like determined this is going to happen?
I think there is days where you're like, yeah, this isn't going to happen, but I was lucky enough with like kind of the people around me that were like, we can make this happen, let's try and make it happen. So it wasn't really just me in it. So if I was like, oh, I can't do this, they'd be like, well, we're going to figure it out. Like, so it's nice having the family support and friends and all that. But yeah, of course, during it, and then you're thinking, what am I doing? Like, this is absolutely mad going over and doing this.
Because it's so dangerous, right?
Yeah. I think it's actually not as bad as you think. I think it's a 2% death rate.
Is that?
Yeah.
Is that all? I don't know. Is that the right response to like a debt rate statement? But like, I did actually think it was much higher.
Yeah. It's gotten a lot safer in the last few years. Like,
okay.
So I always say to people, like, if you get 98% in your test, you're buzzing with that. So you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's so true. Focus on the 98 and not the 2%. So when it comes to the training over those 2 years, you're working on raising the money. You finished college at this stage?
No, unfortunately not, no.
So you're still in college.
Yeah.
You're working on raising money to be the youngest in Ireland to summit Mount Everest, and you're trying to get in hours and hours of training to keep on top of it.
Yeah.
Was that a bit of a hectic time?
I think I kind of gave college a bit of a backseat there, to
Okay,
be honest with you. I wouldn't say the results were kind of showing anything crazy. But yeah, it was fairly hectic, like. But then again, yeah, I just love going and doing the training, and it was nice because there's so much to do in Ireland, like, there actually is.
There's
So
so
going
many
doing
hills
like
here.
Carrantoola and stuff like
Yeah.
that, it's unreal, like.
Yeah, I've only done it once now, but I remember when we got back, I was like, I just couldn't talk to anyone for the rest of the day. I
Yeah.
was so tired. So
That
I just
walk
can't
in is
imagine.
brutal.
Yeah, it is. What is it, like 3 kilometres before you
Yeah.
even start?
Oh, stop, I know, it's so
know.
annoying. It's just flat, like.
They should have a little like tuk-tuk service or something.
Yeah.
To bring it that far. Okay, so when you get to, you've raised the money, it's going to happen. You get your permit. We're doing it. We are going to hike Mount Everest. First of all, I suppose, how did you feel? Were you excited?
Yeah, buzzing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
couldn't wait. Like, sure, it's a dream. It's kind of a dream come true, like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've prepared 2 or 3 years for this, and now it's like, oh my God, it's actually happened. Like, I paid the money. But it almost doesn't feel real, like.
And when you knew you had raised enough to go and take on Mount Everest, did you know at that point that you were going to be the youngest in Ireland to ever take it on?
Yeah, so that was kind of what was going on beforehand. So, like, I was
Okay.
kind of putting that out there to people. But yeah, so I kind of knew before. Look, I think I paid the last grand towards the trip the day before we left, like.
Okay.
So it's kind of like that, like. So
Yeah.
I kind of knew, like, your man Jason was very good to us and said, yeah, look, don't worry about it. So look, at that 2 years beforehand, I kind of knew for 2 or 3 years that we
Yeah.
were going to do it, like. So I had a lot of time to mentally prepare. But yeah, that was kind of a cool little added bonus to it.
Yeah, absolutely. What was the age before that?
26.
Oh, wow.
So I had a few years, I know.
Oh my
yeah.
God. I feel like no one's going to take that off you for a long time.
I hope they do. I actually genuinely
they
do.
do.
Like, yeah, it'd be
I
kind of
love
cool.
that,
It'd be cool
yeah.
if someone young was like, I want to be that. I'd be like, right, let's
Yeah.
get this sorted. Like,
Well, look, with the way the endurance world is going and fitness world is going, it's probably going to happen at some point.
Yeah.
I don't see it being in the next couple of years. I think that's going to be your title for quite a long time. So when you get to, I suppose, Mount Everest and beginning that hike,
Yeah.
and you look up, can you see it from where you are when you're starting?
No, you can't from when you start.
Okay, so you can't really be intimidated by the look of it because you can't see it.
No, it was kind of nice because we were walking in with a family who were doing Everest Base Camp, and then there was people doing other mountains.
Yeah.
So it kind of took your mind away from the task that was ahead.
Everest Base Camp. I suppose I've come across, a lot of people on socials who have taken on that challenge. To get to there, how did you find that?
Yeah, not bad. We kind of took it handy because we were like, right, there's no point in stressing yourselves already.
Yeah.
So look, the weather's nice. You're kind of chilling. I think it's about 65k over 8 days, I think it is, to get there.
Okay.
So it's just the elevation. So I think you go from about 3,000 to 5,500. But like that, you're taking it slow, like. And
Yeah.
then there's rest days in there as well.
Okay. And what's the temperature change between when you start to base camp?
Actually, not crazy, to be honest
Okay,
with you.
brilliant.
Not too bad now. In the nighttime, it's a lot colder up in base camp. It's probably -10, -15, maybe. I don't know. I could be wrong in saying that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I should know. I was there for 2 months.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's all kind of meshing into one
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
point because it was such a long, adventure for you. When it comes to, I suppose, beyond base camp then, how did that journey go? Was there many people going from base camp onwards? Was it just was it 4 of you, you said?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
4 of us.
Okay.
So one from each province, so it was kind of cool, like.
Was it? I
Yeah,
didn't
it
know
was kind of
that.
cool.
That's
So we
very
were all
cool.
buzzing with that. We only realised that when we got over. Someone texted me and said, oh, Jesus, you're one from each province.
And at this point, there's hype starting to build on social media as well.
Yeah, definitely. So you're trying to kind of. It was handy because I had my sister back home doing my socials.
So
I
this
just
is
sent her
where I
videos.
spotted it.
Yeah.
And Katie, I would know, I would say well enough. Now, we
Yeah.
haven't saw each other in a long time and we keep on saying we're going to meet up for a run, but then life takes over. But I'd always see her Instagram posts. She's slaying it with her business as well.
Yeah.
But when she shared that, I was like, no way is Katie Sweeney's brother. I'm not sure I even knew she had a brother because we wouldn't have spoken
Yeah,
about that
yeah,
family
yeah.
that way. I was like, no way is he going to be the youngest person to summit Mount Everest. And instantly my thought was, her family must be so worried. They must be so worried. They must be panicking. But were they?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were.
okay.
They were. The poor mother, she didn't sleep for like a month. That's when I was over there. Like.
God.
But like it's only really 6 days when you're leaving base camp that you don't have Wi-Fi. So that's the only
Okay.
stressful part for them, really. So it's not too bad throughout, but
But there was some sort of tracker.
Yeah, but that went down at one. That went down, so everyone was like, "Geez, what's after happening?"
Yeah.
So one of the lads had a tracker. Now he only bought it over there, so he wasn't very
Okay.
well used to it. Like, so it went down at some point. But
Oh, I'd
yeah,
say
that
they
kept
had a
him
heart
going for.
attack.
Yeah, I think so, because that was the first attempt. That's when they had the tracker. Like,
Right. You may talk us through this, the first attempt, going from base camp to try and make your way to the summit of Mount Everest. How many stops are there? Like, what's that process like?
yeah, it's kind of crazy. Well, like so we went in with the plan of getting up early.
Okay.
Because we knew there was going to be a lot of queues of people. So we went in probably 2 or 3 weeks before the big crowd comes in. And next thing we so the ice fall is a huge hurdle. Essentially, it's the most dangerous part.
The
So,
ice fall.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah.
Lord.
So it's
This
just
isn't the death zone.
no.
This
no,
is
no,
something else.
Yeah,
Okay, right.
yeah. So the ice fall is just a massive river of moving ice. I think it moves about a meter a day. But there's huge kind of ice towers, so seracs, and there's crevasses and stuff like that.
This is just insane. Like, I just didn't know any of this.
Yeah, you know where you've seen like people go across the ladders?
Yeah.
That'd be in the ice fall and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was a massive serac.
And you had no experience doing anything like that before.
No, so you do a bit of training over there.
Okay.
So I done all the ropes and stuff like that. I just hadn't crossed the ladder.
Yeah.
Because in the other one over in Nepal, you kind of get to do a load of the rope work. So that was
Okay.
sound like.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went in. They were
I
like,
love how you're just so chill about it. Like, this
well,
is
you have to be.
crazy
You
stuff.
have to be. I know. Yeah. It's kind of mad now.
Yeah.
But we went in early, and they were like, "Oh yeah, the ice fall isn't going to open until a huge ice tower falls." So that was just in the way. So,
So
like,
they could see that this ice tower was going to fall.
yeah, well, so they thought. They
Right.
said it's too dangerous to put in a route until it falls. So like 2 or 3 weeks passed, and we have been sitting there the entire time thinking, "Are we going to go?"
Are joking.
Yeah. So that was probably the hardest part, because you're like, "Is this ever going to open? This is the most expensive trip to Everest Base Camp ever."
Oh my God.
Yeah. It was real annoying, like real.
So sorry, is this beyond base camp?
Yeah, so they're not going to send you up because it's probably like a 3-hour walk from base camp.
Okay, right.
So like you need to go from base camp to camp 1, but it was in between base camp and
To
camp,
camp
1.
one.
Yeah.
How many camps are there before you get to Everest?
There's 4.
So you are at Everest Base Camp for 2 to 3 weeks?
Yeah, waiting like.
Every day waiting to get the go ahead. Oh, so is there quite a few services there?
Yeah, well, yeah, like, so you're getting food and stuff, and then
Yeah.
you're sleeping, and then
You're sleeping okay, the altitude isn't affecting you
Yeah, it's
too
not
much.
too bad now. There's some nights you get headaches and stuff like that. You're trying to get as much water in as possible. But we learned to go with a chest over there, I'll tell you that, like, you know what I mean?
Were you losing hope at that stage, Adam?
Yeah, a little bit. I think everyone was. I think kind of you're talking to home, you're like, "Oh, this is just never going to happen." And then, everyone's like, "This is never going to happen," because they're waiting for this to open. And then eventually some fella went in and put in a route, essentially. So some fella just took it upon himself and went in and just set up a route, like.
A Sherpa or?
Yeah, he
Okay.
was a Sherpa from a different group. He was like, "Right, I'm sick of waiting, I'm going in." So we set up a route. Now, that big ice tower didn't
Yeah.
fall yet.
Okay, and has it fallen?
I don't know if it has a fallen since. It
Okay,
definitely
yeah.
when we were over there. But so we had to get past that. So that was a bit of a scary one. Like you're sitting in your tent every night, there's avalanches behind you in the ice fall. You're just like, "Please just don't let it be me in this, like."
Oh my God, that must have been terrifying.
Yeah, you kind of get used to it. It's kind of weird because the first few days you're like, "Oh my God, there's an avalanche happening behind me," and then by like the second or third week, you're like, "Oh, that's fine, another avalanche."
Do the Sherpas kind of know where the avalanche is going to be?
No, you can't really predict
So
it.
it's literally pure risking your life where
Yeah,
you
yeah,
decide to sleep.
Yeah, so it'll never reach you in base camp.
Okay.
So it's
sorry.
fine,
So
but it's just
you're-
going
yeah.
through the area that you're going from base camp to camp 1.
So even when you're moving from base camp to camp 1, there's a chance you could get taken out by an avalanche.
Yeah, but at that point you're like, "Well, look, if I get
doing
taken out, I get taken out. Yeah, what can I do?" It's like a plane, like, you know.
I
Go with a
suppose-
plane. When it falls, it falls.
Yeah, that is just, you've accepted all of these factors when
Yeah.
you've made the decision to
Well,
try
you kind of have to, don't you? Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of weird. People are like, "Are you scared?" And you're like, "Not really. Like, I know what can happen, but then again, you never really think it's going to happen to you, do you?"
Of course.
Yeah.
And yeah, we won't even go into anything else beyond that. It didn't happen to you. That's the main thing. So then you finally made it to camp 1 after base camp. How long did it take you to go from there to camp? Did you say 5?
Camp 4.
Camp 4, yeah.
So we went up to camp 1, through the icefall, and then we went to camp 2,
Okay.
and then you sleep there a night, and then we went back down, and then you start going again. Just it's like that rotation.
Oh,
you're
to
saying.
adjust to the altitude.
Yeah.
Okay,
So we went up once and then went back down. It wasn't too bad. It's so hot up there. It's like 40 degrees Celsius up there.
Hot.
Because it's just during the day, the sun's coming down. There's mountains all around you, so
Okay.
it's just beating down. It's reflecting off the snow and stuff. So it's
Oh
so
my
hot.
God.
Yeah. So it is very hot. Like,
I feel like, so I was telling you before we started recording, I studied earth science, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
geology and geography. I feel like I should have known this sort of stuff. Didn't have a clue. I just presumed at this point it is freezing all of the time
I know. Yeah, a lot of people do.
because it is snow.
Yeah, it is, but it is real warm during the day, and that's kind of you're meant to move, especially during the icefall at night,
Yeah.
because everything's frozen. Whereas during the day, like especially the
more
icefall, it's like
risky.
a river. It's just flowing down, so you go through that at night,
Okay.
and you're just praying that nothing happens. Like,
God.
Yeah,
And your
the-
family are at home praying as well.
yeah, well, you don't tell him the thing. Like, there was one of the lads telling us before, and he said, "Okay, there's one section during the icefall where you have to run because this thing might fall." And you're like, "What?" And so you're like, "All right, I won't tell anyone back home that." So you tell him after, like.
And did you actually have to run?
Yes, you have to run for about 100 meters, and you are bet running for 100 meters.
You're literally running for your life.
Yeah. But then again, sure, look, nothing really happened. So I guess we weren't. We were just running for the crack at that point. Right?
Yeah. And was the banter good between everyone at this stage, or is
Yeah.
it all quite serious?
Not at all.
banter's
Not
good,
at
okay.
all.
That's
yeah,
what you
yeah.
need.
You see, like in fairness, Irish people, like they're real good with having the crack.
Yeah.
Like the stuff we were saying to each other was absolutely shocking. You know what I mean? The jibing that was going on, but it was needed because
I
you'd
can
wake up and
imagine.
be like, "Oh, it's not open again." So like having the lads there, like taking
Yeah.
the piss out and stuff like that was great. Like,
Yeah. Okay, so you've gone Camp 1, Camp 2, back down.
yeah.
Now Camp 2, stay there. So you're kind of doing this process between 3 and 4.
So we just did it once, so up to Camp
Okay.
2, and then we came back down the next day, and then we were like, right, we better go for the summit, because at this point we were kind of falling
Summit
over.
from Camp 2.
No, so you go from Camp 2 back down to base camp, and then
Yeah.
you kind of plan around the weather.
Okay.
So there's jet streams up at the top of Everest, so
Yeah.
you kind of have to avoid them. So we were looking at that, and that pushed us back another little bit.
Okay.
But then we decided, right, we'll go a day before when we think everyone else is going to go,
Okay.
just to kind of get away from the crowds. So yeah, we left at that point. We got
Were you
up there.
nervous then, Adam?
Yeah, I think being on the phone to everyone, kind of saying good luck to your friends and family, was kind of like a big shock,
Yeah.
because you're kind of like, okay, this is real now, like,
Yeah.
and you're trying to hold it together for them, but you're like, you're about to go and do something that is very risky, like.
Yeah. You're about to, climb the highest mountain in the world.
Yeah.
Were you emotional then saying goodbye to them?
Yeah, definitely. I think everyone was saying goodbye to their family, and then like I was getting sick. Then when we were just about to leave, I think it was just the nerves, like.
Yeah.
So you're just about to leave, you're like, oh, this is actually happening, like.
Yeah.
But
yeah. That was probably, or correct me if I'm wrong, the one moment where all of this hit you.
yeah, I think it was, and I think you kind of lock in once you go up, so you're kind of fine. But then
course.
once you're saying goodbye, you sit in your tent that night, and you kind of realize what you have ahead of you.
Yeah.
You're like, this is going to be so hard. Why am I doing this?
Was there a moment there where you thought, maybe I won't do it?
Nah.
Love that.
Nah.
Love that. You're determined you're this far.
Yeah, you have to go and give it a go, like.
Yeah. Okay, so can you talk me through what happened then? I know there's something called the death zone,
Yeah,
which I want to hear about. And then I know you had to turn back.
yeah.
So talk us through that.
Yeah, so we went up from base camp straight up to Camp 2, and that's where we were going to start our action up there. So we got up there. It took us ages. Like it is a good trek.
Okay.
So you escaped Camp 1. They kind of took that down, and we slept there for a night. With the next day we were going to go, and then we got the news that the guide Jason wasn't going to be able to go.
Okay.
There was a ligament off the bone. So that was like a really tough night, like, because everyone was kind of sitting there and being like, "Are you sure you can't go?" And he's like, "Look, I've been up there before. I know that my body's not going to be able to."
Have you been up there once before?
Yeah, so he'd done it
Okay.
from the north side, and then he had led groups up the other side.
Okay.
So-
Oh my God. And he's probably kind of a rock kind of holding all you guys together because
Yeah, he's an absolute beast. Like,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous the things he's done. You listen to the stories, and you're like, "What are you talking about?" And then he just goes back to eating a soup or whatnot. Like,
he's just built differently.
yeah.
But I do think some people in this world are built for challenges like this.
Yeah.
And you are clearly one of them.
Well, look, we'll see about that. Hopefully, we will be.
Clearly you are. I mean, sorry, to give people a bit of context, how long is it since you came back?
5 weeks,
5 weeks. Since
Yeah.
then, when did you run the Waterford Marathon?
probably 3 weeks ago.
I think there's very few people that are going to summit Mount Everest and then 3 weeks later.
No, it wasn't quick. It wasn't quick. Like,
But still, it doesn't matter, you did it.
yeah.
So, sorry, going back a few steps anyway. So Jason can't do it. You get the word he's injured. What happens then?
Yeah, so it's kind of a good thing because he's looking at the weather and stuff. It's not a good thing, obviously, but at the time
Yeah.
everyone's kind of raging. He's annoyed because he has to go down. We're like annoyed because he has to go down.
Mm.
And then he said he was very lonely going down. So the next morning, the three of us headed off. So we were going up to Camp 3 that night.
Did you have a Sherpa with you?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So there's the three lads, and then there was 3 Sherpas with
Okay,
us.
yeah.
So they were class, like they're unreal. So we hopped into action at that point, which is we were buzzing about. We were meant to start a bit later on, but we didn't have time to do rotations because the mountain was closed for so long.
Okay.
So we hopped on it a bit earlier.
Okay.
So that was kind of nice. So
talk me through that. I'm so confused. Like the oxygen.
yeah.
So do you have a tank on you then?
Yeah, it's not full flowing like.
Okay.
Like it's kind of just oxygen assist.
And you're wearing a mask all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of annoying. So because like the moisture kind of builds up in your face. It's horrible at some point.
Yeah, I say your skin gets so damaged by it. Like,
I know it's grim. Like,
my skin's great now. You're glowing.
oh, I wouldn't say that now. I'm burnt. That's what I am.
Well, because we're recording this mid heat wave, guys. So listen, you're not the only one that's sunburned at the minute.
Yeah.
I'd say. So then you start the oxygen. This is after Camp 2 on your way to Summit. This what you're hoping to do at this stage.
Yeah, so we're all kind of feeling good going to Camp 3. So you're going up to the next one. So everyone was kind of feeling good. We got up to Camp 3. Poor Aina, which is one of the lads, he had been getting sick for like the last 5 days, every hour or something like that. And he just would get sick, keep going. He's an absolute beast up there. So we got up to Camp 3, slept the night, and then we were going into the death zone the next day.
Right. The death zone.
Yeah, it's got a nice name to it.
Beautiful. Very exciting.
Isn't it?
Why is it called the death zone?
So essentially, like you can't live up there. So your body's eating itself.
Right.
Yeah. So it's 30% oxygen, I think, of what is a sea level up there. But yeah, so you can't eat food, you can't sleep. Your body just doesn't know what to do. So you feel literally horrible the entire time.
So even if you try to sleep, you can't. Well, you obviously have the oxygen mask on all the time at this stage.
So you're getting bits and bobs like.
Like what? Explain the feeling in your body. It's so hard, I think, for us lay people who just do a bit of hiking in the Wicklow Mountains to understand what your body feels like at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of don't know how to describe it. Like it's almost like you're constantly like dizzy, so you're lightheaded.
Okay.
But you don't feel like you're dizzy, but like it's just that's kind of what's going on in your head. You're not thinking too much, like, and you're getting up and you're walking, which is probably the best thing ever. Like
at this point, you're also like, I just want to get there.
Yeah,
just want to get
absolutely.
there. Power through.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're thinking about home. You're like, I can't wait to go home. I can't wait to go home to the sunshine or the rain or whatever it may be.
And mommy's dinner.
Yeah, exactly. Chicken dinner.
And
now chicken finger roll as well. Like,
love it. Okay, so then did all three of you make it up from there?
Yeah. So we got up to Camp 4. We were sleeping the night and we said, right, we'll go for it. So you get up there and about 3 hours later, we were going for some push because like that, you don't want to stay in the dead zone at all because your body is dying as you're up there. So we got up there.
The way you say that so calmly shocks me, like, because your body is just dying as you're up there. But anyway, we move.
That's all you can do up there, really, isn't it? Like,
yeah, true.
So yeah, we went off that night, with the hopes of like someone like I think probably 9 in the morning or something like that. So 8 hours later, the call was kind of made like we just weren't going anywhere, that we had to go back down.
Because of the weather?
Yeah, because it was really snowy and look, people were kind of feeling it a little bit. So that was one of the hardest calls ever because there's people going by us. I think the weather was good enough to do it.
Okay.
But I think the call was made that we had to go down.
Okay.
Which was devastating. Like.
So you're seeing people pass you and they're going to Summit.
Yeah.
And you're deciding to go back down. Who makes this call?
Yeah, kind of everyone collectively. So you kind of come as a group and like you speak to Sherpas, you're like, look, you've done this before, like what do you think? And they're like, okay, it's not safe. And you're like, well, look, you're the Sherpas.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you don't want to put their lives at risk as well as your own. Like.
Yeah.
So you usually make that call like.
You try to Summit. How many hours into the attempt are you?
8 hours. So like it puts in perspective, like we walked 800 meters in 8 hours, like. So like 2 laps of track, like it's mad.
Sorry, 800 meters.
Yeah. It's crazy, like.
In 8 hours.
Yeah.
100 meters per hour.
You're going that slow up there, like, so you can't really move. Yeah.
My God, I mean, obviously, I knew it wouldn't be fast and you'd be going slow.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it's that slow.
Is that the sheer incline?
Yeah, it's pure vertical, like. It really
Are you using anything in particular to help you get up there, or are you literally just...
You're using an ascender. So essentially what it is, it's like it's a device that attaches onto a rope and you slide up. So you're not only using your legs, you're using your arms as well.
Okay.
So that's kind of a welcome break.
So they have ropes put in place?
Yeah.
And you're going up?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So that was fairly devastating. It was very quiet on the way back down to the tent. Like.
Yeah, so 8 hours up. How long back down?
Probably two, something like that. So it wasn't too bad. But no one was talking to each other. Everyone was kind of like, right, this is it, this is over, like. Because no one goes again because you're like, there's no point staying in the dead zone. So we kind of crawl back into our tents and.
So where your tents are, is that in the death zone?
Yeah, well, I think it's about 50 meters below it, something like that.
Okay, so you come back down, failed attempt at summiting Mount Everest.
Yeah.
You are back 50 meters or so below the death zone, where your body literally, as you said, eats itself.
Yeah.
When do you get the chance to summit again?
Yeah, so we didn't think we would.
Okay.
Now, there was a 24-year-old Sherpa, he was our lead guide.
Okay.
And he was like, we're going to do it. But like we needed extra oxygen. So this is where Jason came in so handy because he was down below. He could organise extra oxygen. Then people had to come up because some of the Sherpas weren't feeling up for it. So they didn't want to go for a second attempt. And you're like, yeah, no bother. So then another Sherpa kind of came up and stuff like that. And then they said, right, let's go again. At one point we thought that it would only be one of us that would be able to go. And that was one of the other lads, the Sherpa. And we said, look, just go for it because there's no point in not trying. But yeah, we kind of said, realistically, we're not going to get this because we're all so fatigued. Like,
How long did you spend when you came down from that failed attempt to summit? How long did you all spend at that point, 50 meters below death zone, before you made the decision to all go again, before everything fell back into place?
Before we made the decision, probably 2 hours, and then probably 5 hours before we left again then.
Okay. And are you in touch with Jason?
Not really. So, because it's so far away, Jason has to radio up to Camp 2, and then they have to radio up to Camp 4.
So there's kind of middlemen in the messaging.
Yeah. So like you're talking about the weather with him, ask him what's the crack and when can you go, like.
Yeah, okay. Right, so 7 hours or so go by.
Yeah.
And you make the decision, we're going to attempt to summit Mount Everest one more time.
Yeah.
Were you feeling positive?
No, everyone was kind of like, look, we're not going to get there, like. But
because
you're so tired and everyone just felt terrible and we all looked terrible. We were like, we may as well go and give this a go, like. We're here now. We may as well go. We may as well get out the tent.
It's such an Irish way of looking at it, isn't it? We might as well, lads.
Yeah,
we're here now.
Well.
Okay, so talk me through the summit.
Yeah, so we all headed off, and honestly, I don't think any of us would have got there if it wasn't for each other, including the Sherpas. Like, everyone was kind of looking at this person. You're like, well, I'm not stopping until this fella's stopping, and then you're thinking the same. So it was kind of worked out like really well. So we left first. So we decided we'd summit in the dark. Again, to avoid the queues.
Yeah.
That was the most ever summits, I think, in a day in history. So it was crazy coming past down them. But
stop.
Yeah, it was mental. Like,
was this because the forecast for that day was particularly good and people have been waiting?
And that was the only weather window probably in the entire season that looked good. Like,
in the entire season?
Yeah.
So how many people are you talking going?
300, I think.
Like, how are all these people able to summit Mount Everest?
Yeah, I know. Look, there's some people over there that, like, we were talking to some people and they were saying they'd only done base camp before. You're like, what are you doing over here? Like, it's so dangerous. Now they're bringing a new rule where you have to have a 7,000 metre peak done beforehand.
Brilliant.
Which is good because that'll hopefully, like, the risks will be lower and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and the queues won't be as high as well, like.
So you summit in the dark. You don't mind the fact that you're going to be up there in the dark and can't see much.
Nah, you're so happy. There's so many false summits, like.
Yeah.
You keep going up and then you can kind of see something in the distance and that's higher and you're like, I know that's it. But you're like, surely this is it. Yeah. Obviously it's not because it's the highest point, like.
Every time you get there, there's another point to go.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This might be a bit of a silly question, but like when you get to the very top, is there anything there? Like, is there like a particular, it's obviously not like a big pinnacle or cross at the top.
No, there's a little sign that says Everest.
There is a little sign.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, like. But you're absolutely buzzing. And then like to get there with all the lads and everyone's taking photos and like it's so cool at this point, like you're taking photos and your phone dies within 2 photos and you're raging and the next thing you're like, will you take a photo? Yeah, it's so cold, your phone's just gone. And the lads, of course.
Does the phone break?
No, just dies,
like
the battery's gone. Yeah, the battery's gone. And the lads, of course, didn't charge their phones beforehand. So I was the only one with a phone, like.
Stop!
Yeah.
So I saw a lot of this on your social media. I started following you the second I saw Katie post and everything. I was like, this is monumental for, like, Irish hikers, for Ireland. Like, you've made history for Ireland. It's incredible. And I did see some of those photos, but it's great to like paint the picture of what it's like up there for people listening.
They're terrible photos.
But like, you're literally at the top of the world. You know, what can you expect?
Yeah.
If people want to go, this is a good point, I suppose, say what your social media handles are so people can go and have a look through the photos and the videos. What's your Instagram handle, Adam?
It's Adam T. Sweeney.
Adam T. Sweeney. Guys, I'd recommend going to look at that because it is class. We'll have it all tagged in the show notes anyway. So how long do you spend at the top of the world?
Probably 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so cold. You're like it's so weird because you've trained like 3 or 4 years to get there and you're buzzing, but then you're like the most dangerous part is on the way down now.
Yeah.
Like the wave of emotion that like went over, I think all of us was like, oh my God, I can't believe we've done it, especially after failing So, like the first time and stuff like that.
The
So it
first
was-
time and the wait you had at
Yeah.
base camp for 2 to 3 weeks because of that ice tower. What's the temperature at the very top of Mount Everest
I think
when you were there?
I think that's about -40 up there.
Minus 40.
-40, yeah.
Did you cry?
Close to. I
Okay.
didn't have enough energy to do it.
Yeah. And it probably, I'd say the water would just freeze the
Yeah,
second it comes out
yeah.
your eyes anyway. So you're 10 minutes up there, and then, like you said, now the most dangerous part is coming back down.
Yeah.
Was there a lot of fear?
Yeah, I think there kind of was. So when you go down, essentially you have a lanyard. So it's like a Y clip. You have like a carabiner on this side, a carabiner on this side. So you have to clip around the people that are coming up. So
Okay.
you can imagine clip around 300 people when you're absolutely exhausted going down. And there's people
Oh my
unclipping.
God.
Yeah, there's people unclipping your clips, like, and you were like, "What are you doing?" Like, because obviously you're not gonna be like, "Oh yeah, sorry there, would you mind not doing
And
that?"
obviously emotions are running really high because there's
Yeah.
such a lack of sleep at this point.
Yeah.
People are unclipping your clips.
Yeah, they kind of don't know what's going on. So you've got one going around them, and next thing they're fiddling with your clips, and you're like, "What's going on? Like, what are you actually doing?"
Why does that sound so funny?
Yeah,
They're
I know,
fiddling with
crazy
your
way to
clips.
say that. Like,
But like, how many ropes are there?
one really. Yeah. So there's like 400 people on the line. Like,
And obviously, you were the smart ones who decided we're going to summit early before things get too busy.
yeah,
But that made it so difficult for you going down. Because
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
for them going up, they just need to get over the 6 of you. Am I
yeah.
right in saying 6
Well,
of you?
they had massive queues on the way up. You see.
Okay, yeah.
So like, there's people going slow. They're stuck behind them. Like,
that too. But you're constantly trying to get around everyone.
yeah. And
So you're getting really close and personal with all these people trying to get
yeah,
around them.
very. I know. A lot of hugs were given. Like, you know what I mean?
That's gas.
Yeah, and at some points where like there's 8 people, and like, right, you know what, I'm going to unclip here, and I'm going to just walk down, and I'm just going to pray.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hoping
I
that
know.
doesn't happen.
You're just getting sick of it kind of at that
Yeah,
point.
and looking back, you're like, geez, well, I should have clipped in. Like,
Yeah. So wait, did you actually?
yeah, unclip. Yeah,
You just unclipped?
yeah, 'cause you're like,
didn't
ah,
go for
look
it.
at why
Yeah.
not? Like,
Yeah, you're just trying to get back down.
yeah,
and,
you're
like,
dying,
rest
but
at this
obviously
point.
it's so like that's how people have kind of something's happened.
Exactly.
Mm.
So the process of coming back down, was there any kind of fearful moments? Was it relatively easy? Was the body struggling to adjust to the altitude changes?
Yeah, it was tough coming down. I actually ran out of oxygen at one point,
Oh my
so
God.
that was kind of a bit of a shock. Like, it took me. So where we had turned around the night before,
Yeah.
where it took us 2 hours, probably took me 6 hours to get down without oxygen. Like, so that was really tough. Like, you're taking 2 steps and you have to stop.
So what is it when you're trying to breathe in, you just can't get it
Yeah,
off?
it's mad. It's like, you know, if you ever do like a 100-meter sprint, full sprint,
Yeah.
and at the end like you're fully like hyperventilating. It's like that at all times when you're walking down. Like,
Stop it.
yeah, because you're so used to the oxygen you had. People say that if you run out of oxygen, it's almost better if you don't have oxygen the entire time because your body's kind of getting used to it.
Yeah.
Whereas when it just doesn't have it, then it's like something bad happens. Like,
Did you, I mean, obviously you can't, but like, did you kind of panic? Were you worried?
not really. So the lads had kind of gone down. The
Okay.
Sherpas and the lads had gone down. So I was like, right, we'll just get down to the tents. Like,
Yeah.
so one of the boys had waited down there for me, and then I got down to him eventually, probably hours later. Like, and he checked the oxygen. I was like, I think my oxygen's out, and he was like, oh my God, man, you could have died. And 2 people died the next day from the same thing. So like, it's kind of mad. Like, kind of puts it in perspective. Like, you're kind of like that may have been a big deal. Like,
Adam, you're joking me.
yeah, but you look at it adds the story, doesn't it?
The Irishness.
Be
I
grand,
love
be
it.
grand.
Be grand. 2 people died with the same lack of
Yeah,
oxygen
yeah, they
that
ran out
you
of
had.
oxygen,
So
yeah.
literally the very same thing you did, oxygen runs out, they don't make it. Like
Yeah,
their life actually, like that, I cannot comprehend the danger and how lucky and blessed you are to have made it down
Yeah,
with
yeah.
no oxygen from
Yeah.
that point.
I suppose I didn't at that moment. Like, I didn't really see anything wrong. I was like, look, it's just gonna suck for the next 4 or 6 hours, something like that.
And maybe that positive mindset is what got you there.
Maybe, yeah,
You know,
yeah,
they
maybe.
say that like what you believe in is
Yeah.
everything, and you were so sure you were going to get back and it'd be fine. It'd just
yeah.
be tough, obviously.
Yeah.
That is crazy. I feel
Yeah.
like you have an angel. I don't know if you're religious, but you have something out there looking out for you.
Hopefully.
Definitely.
Yeah,
without
yeah.
a doubt. My God. I don't even know where to start. I mean, I haven't been looking at my questions. When you get back down, the guys say you could have died.
Yeah.
How did that hit you?
Didn't.
It didn't.
I'm like, right, get me into the tent. Let me get some grub, like.
Okay, are you starving?
Yeah, well, like, you're kind of like, oh, let me just get some substance. You're not starving. You're
Yeah.
thirsty. You're gasping.
Okay.
There was a story actually about some fella over there. He came down off the summit and there was no water around. He was so thirsty. He found like a bottle of someone's wee and he had to drink the bottle of wee.
That's
Grim.
like Bear Grill stuff,
Grim,
isn't
is
it?
it, like, yeah.
Oh my God. I'd well believe it though.
Brutal, like.
But you know what? If I was in his shoes,
Yeah, everyone would do the same.
you
Like,
have to do the same thing.
you
You're
wouldn't
not
be
gonna
happy about it, but like you do it.
oh my God. Oh, that is crazy. But you get down. They have water and everything there.
Yeah.
Okay. Your body now has more. There's more oxygen at this point, or do they have oxygen to give you?
No, so you're still on oxygen. So yeah, there's oxygen bottles kind of down there. So
Okay, so you're able to get some more.
Yeah.
Okay. And to get from there back down to base camp, what was that journey like then? Was it like easy breezy?
no,
Still
it's
really
so
difficult?
so tough. Like
Really?
yeah, it was just like you're so slow going down. You're so tired. Like after giving pretty much everything, and then you're walking down and you're just wrecked. But you knew it was going to be over, and you're like, there's a shower and like a proper toilet waiting for me. Like
And what I couldn't wait. When you heard that, sorry, this is a bit of a TMI question. Do you know the way you said you have to bring all your waste back down with you?
yeah.
You also have to bring like all of your waste back down with you.
Yeah.
Your
Well, like
human
you
waste.
can go for a wee, like you know
Yeah.
what I mean, and that's grand.
That's
but
okay.
yeah, you got to put it in a bag and carry it down.
Oh my God, that's insane.
But like it's a double lock bag, and there's like an air
Yeah.
freshener in the bag. So
I mean,
it's not too
obviously you have to do that, but I never stopped to think about all these little
bad.
things.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
When did you hear that 2 people died coming back down?
Yeah, I know the news would filter through fairly quick. Like,
Did that give you quite a bit of a shake up?
not really. I think kind of look overall. I think 5 people died that season, which I know sounds like a lot of people in 2 months, but like it was pretty good statistics. Like,
It's like I mean this in the most empathetic way, but like it is the risk you know you're taking.
Absolutely,
when you
yeah,
go
yeah.
to like try and.
well, like
summon
it's a
Everest.
it's a very selfish thing to go over and do, like to leave your family and friends over there, like, and for them to be worrying and stuff like that. Like it is very selfish to go over and try and climb mountains.
I suppose I never would have said it that way. I find it humble of you to phrase it that way because I see it as being so inspirational. I see it as being so motivated. I see it as being so disciplined. I see it as being so like life changing. But I do, when you say it that way now, I do understand that your family were no doubt going through
Yeah,
turmoil.
going through the trenches. Like.
Yes, yeah, exactly. When did you get to speak to them after summiting? At what point did you get to speak
Yeah,
to
so
them?
we got down and Jason was waiting for us. That was class. He actually, I think he did live for when, so the whole village like hadn't slept. It was I'm from a small little fishing village.
Yes.
And like my mother was saying like the whole village was texting her at 3 a.m. saying, "Wait, what's happening? So that was nice as well. But yeah, got down and then called a family group chat and everyone was like, woo. And it was probably like a 5-minute chat because we needed to get out of there.
But at this point now, it's going all over social media. It's RTE. It's every platform you can find.
Yeah, it's mad. Like,
Yeah.
it's mad because you're in your own little bubble. You don't realise what's kind of happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, seeing it in RT News and like seeing the family in RT News is gas. Like,
Yeah, I remember seeing your mum and dad and Katie on it. I was like, oh my God. I was
Yeah.
like, do you know, Max, like, look at this.
I know,
It's
yeah.
just insane.
the mother
Insane.
chirped me for having a messy bedroom. Like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The
I
most
remember
Irish
seeing that.
mammy thing. Like,
That was such a good clip. I think I remember seeing like Roz Purcell's comment underneath that video or something, getting so many likes, being like classic Irish mammy
Yeah,
or
it is
something,
like,
like
it
calling
is.
it the bedroom. I love it. So then you're making your way back down. Obviously, it was still really, really tough. When you get back to base camp itself, is
Yeah.
that when you can like breathe?
yeah, that's
Okay.
your safe then. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's safe. So we kind of had a bit of cake, had a beer or something like that because there was no beer for
I
like
hope
a year,
you did.
a year and a half or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, you had
Steer
to.
clear of it.
Yeah, it just messed the train up.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you could be gone for like a week or something like that. So I was like, nah, you know what, we'll leave it off for a year.
Yeah.
So,
God, I'd say it was the best beer you ever had in your life.
oh, stop, it was lovely. Man. Best sleep I've ever had.
How long did you sleep for?
Well, so it was actually kind of mad. So we had planned to get the helicopter out that day because we didn't. Our flight was the next day,
Okay.
and next thing cloud came in, so we had to stay there another day. Which we were like, oh no, not another day because you're sleeping in a tent. It's freezing.
Yeah.
And then so next day, I think we got up at 6 a.m, and then we eventually got the helicopter out, and then we got off the helicopter to the hotel, washed ourselves because we smelled awful.
That was my next thought. Sure, when would you have last showered?
Probably 2 weeks ago before this. Yeah, it's grim. It's grim. Like,
That is
oof.
mental.
Same.
But like it's part of it.
Same jocks for 2 weeks, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's not great.
Oh my God. I literally just kind of wrap my head around all these things. I never thought of all the logistics with food, with waste, with human waste, with crowds of people going up that you're trying to get around, with the oxygen. I know you said it's a very selfish thing to do, but I genuinely think it is one of the most inspirational stories. I don't think we're going to have a guest on Shake the Ground that's going to top this story when it comes to inspirational levels. Like, it really is. I'm sure you've had so many people telling you this since you got back. But sorry, so you missed your flight home the next day. You have to get another flight.
No, we got the helicopter out,
Okay.
and then it was like, okay, then you have to get a bus straight to get the shower, 20 minutes, and then go to the airport.
Okay, at least you got a shower.
Yeah, I know. Well, still the clothes weren't. Oh, the poor people beside us on the flight. Like, I'm only thinking about that because we smell awful.
So you were in the same clothes?
Something not really, but like you
had worn before.
you had worn it before and stuff like that. You didn't have time to do the washing.
So you now are getting connected with the real world again. Phones are charged. You're seeing everything that's building, the hype online. You walk through the doors when you get back in Dublin Airport. How was that moment?
Yeah, it was nice. It was so we came in. Our flight was like 2 hours early, which I've never heard a flight being 2 hours early. It was really weird.
How did Ryanair?
No, it wasn't.
No.
It was like Qatar or
It was never going to be
Ryanair.
Ryanair.
No. But we were like 2 hours early, so it was nice because we knew once we walked to the doors, because our families and friends and the media would be there. So we just had like a little chat, sat down for 2 hours and kind of eating a pack of potato crisps, absolutely loving it. Like, and then we went back in. Yeah, it was really nice to see everyone. I think like kind of the reliefs on everyone's faces and stuff like that, and to see like that how much they had put in as well, and you know how happy they were. It was class.
I'd say it was such an emotional moment.
Yeah, it was.
And surreal.
Yeah,
with
it
all
was.
the media. Like, was it just like flashing everywhere when you walked in?
Not really. So we kind of didn't tell people when we were coming back.
Okay.
For that reason. No, I think RTE were there.
Yeah.
And then there was one other. We had like a photographer there as well.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah.
We kind of just wanted to be family and friends and stuff like that, just to keep it kind of close and stuff like that, which was real nice.
Yeah.
So no, it was real nice. But look, we came home that day and went out that night. Of course, you have to.
you?
You have to like.
I love it. Did you head out up in Dublin or back down?
No, back down to Waterford. Yeah,
okay, very good.
Back in a local place.
Yeah.
So it was nice.
So talk us through then the few weeks after getting back. I mean, look, it's only been 5 weeks since you got back.
Yeah.
How's the body been?
Yeah, it's weird. The body hasn't been great for the first 4 weeks. I'd say it was wrecked. Like you're sleeping all the time and stuff like that.
Appetite everywhere?
Appetite, you can eat whatever you want.
You
like,
just starved.
Oh, stop. Lost 10 kg over there. Like, so
Did you?
I put that on fairly quickly. I'll tell you that for a
10?
fact. Yeah.
Oh my God,
Jeez, you sound like Tommy Bow with the 10 children.
But like, I picture like 10 bags of sugar. That's how I see it. When people say like 10 kg. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
What are the foods you couldn't wait to get back to the most?
So we stopped off, got a fry because it was early in the morning.
Unreal.
And then a chicken fillet roll and then like that.
Unreal.
A
Chicken fillet roll. Are we talking mayonnaise, taco sauce?
Nah, let the chicken do the work. Like, you know what I mean?
Spicy chicken fillet.
Just ketchup and chicken. I'm just boring.
There's a lot of people listening to this going, he did not just say ketchup with the chicken fillet. I'm a taco sauce girl.
Oh, I don't see the vision. But you put lettuce and cheese and everything in it.
Yeah.
You see, you don't think the chicken does enough, like?
No, I need a bit of everything.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, a bit of everything.
I mix
right, so fry, chicken fillet roll. What's next?
Chicken dinner.
Chicken roast dinner, like a Sunday gravy, stuffing,
everything, like everything.
And any sweet treats?
Not so much sweet treats because I brought over like an ungodly amount of sweets.
Of jellies and stuff.
Yeah, so many. Like,
yeah, so you just wanted proper food.
Yeah, like meat, like the food wasn't great over there, and be real in the pal.
Yeah.
So like coming home and like having milk, like having a glass of milk. Oh,
proper.
Stop.
She can't be Irish milk.
No, you can't.
I love her. Like, oh, stop.
Stop now. Stop.
Brilliant. Okay, right, Adam. I can't wrap my head around everything you've done and hearing about it in detail because obviously we kind of planned getting you in here quite last minute.
Yeah.
And I'm delighted that we could get you in.
Thanks for having me.
But it was, listen, it's genuinely an honour to have you in here because in my mind, I'm like, this guy is not long back after taking on like the toughest challenge in the world. Surely he just wants to rest and be at home. And also you've probably done quite a lot of like interviews here and there about it that you're sick of telling the story. So I really appreciate you taking the time to share it with us here on Shake the Ground. One question for you, well, kind of one or two, and then I'm going to move into kind of our kind of typical ending questions for the episode, right? So after summiting Mount Everest, after being at the highest peak in the world, the youngest man in Ireland to do it, how has it changed you as a person?
I think it's kind of changing like what I want to do. Like so I was saying to you before, and like I'm in college doing accounting, and I kind of realized that that's not for me. And
when you said that to me, I was like, accounting.
I know.
Just hiked the summit of the world. So it's like the two are not adding up.
No. So I kind of look at that now, and I come home and like, you know what? Like if you can do that, you can kind of do whatever you want.
Of course.
So that's kind of a nice feeling, and it gives you a lot of confidence as well. Like it's nice when people are kind of coming up to you in the village and they're like, oh look, I want to try and do hiking and stuff like that. So that's so cool.
Such respect for you. Like,
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
like it's just kind of cool to see that people are following
Yeah.
along and enjoying and stuff like that. And it's kind of weird because you don't think it. Like I don't really think it's. Obviously, it's kind of mad, but like it hasn't sunk into the fact where I'm like, it's crazy. Like
I
you what
know, you were saying you're not sure it's ever going to sink in.
No, no. So I'll have to
Yeah.
go back and do it again to make sure it sinks in.
So this is my next question. What goal can you set yourself after you have summited Mount Everest? Is there any goals?
Yeah, I'd like to walk across like Antarctica one day.
Okay.
Solo that, and I'd like to go
I
back and do
see
it
it
solo.
happening for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, so just no oxygen, no Sherpas, just on the ones, as they say.
You want to summit Mount Everest again?
Yeah, but like I might leave the mother sleep for a few years, like you know what I mean? I'll leave it off for a little while,
Brilliant.
but yeah, eventually I'd like to go back and do it again.
Stop.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
You, like I said, you are one of the human beings in this world that I believe is built for endurance though. Like also you ran the Waterford Marathon. Did we say that already? I know
Yeah.
we said off air. You ran that, 3 weeks after getting back.
Yeah.
So I do think your body is built for endurance and taking on these challenges. The altitude is something I will never ever understand.
Well, you might do. You might
No,
go over
I
and
don't
do.
know.
You might go over and do Everest then.
No, I could see myself doing another 2 marathons in a week before I would
Go
take
away.
on Mount Everest.
Jeez, I'd prefer to do Mount Everest. than to do marathons in a
Well, my
week.
knees would probably prefer to do Mount Everest.
Yeah.
To be fair, they're not well after it. Saying you'd like to walk across Antarctica someday and that you'd like to go back and summit Mount Everest again,
Yeah.
do you actually have like a time in mind? Are you thinking 10 years down the line? Are you thinking sooner?
Maybe 5 or 6 years. Like I don't want to be too long.
Yeah.
I kind of have other plans in between.
Okay.
So
Lots of little things happening. so
Yeah,
obviously
yeah,
you
well,
watch this space.
I know. Yeah. Well, look, I have something big planned next year that I'm not looking forward to. My mother's after putting it out on the news, so she has. So
Are we allowed to know what it is?
yeah. So plan on doing like 32 Ironmans in 32 counties in 32 days.
No!
Yeah. So I've actually regretted putting it out there now, but like
You're joking
I know
me.
I'm not looking forward to it at all.
Sorry. Oh, hold on. You just told me you wouldn't want to do 2 marathons 7 days apart, but instead you're doing 32 Ironmans in 32 counties in 32 days.
Yeah. So
Full Ironmans.
yeah. I did a half the other day, and it was a lot harder than I thought it'd be.
I saw this on your story.
I
and
thought it'd be easy.
do you know, I know someone who is thinking about signing up for a half Iron. Was it a half Ironman? you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think about signing up for a half Ironman. So I was like, do you know, I think I sent your story to them and I was like, look at this. Like, there you go. You can just do it from home. He did it from home.
Yeah.
And
Because they're expensive to get into.
I just, yeah.
They actually are.
mad. And even like to get the bike and everything for the training.
Yeah.
Right, so you said your mum put this out on the
Yeah,
news,
so
did
we
you?
went and did something with the mayor, like, so,
So I saw this post.
Yeah.
Was it just like yesterday or the day
yeah.
before? And I didn't get time to look into it in its entirety. I think, was Katie there with you as well?
Yeah.
And I
so-
wasn't sure what was going on. So that's where you went and announced that you were doing this.
Yeah, so it kind of got put out there on WLR, so
Adam,
we'll have to give it a go.
when are you going to do it?
I was hoping to do it like May 20th, so like the day I summited Everest next year.
To
But-
start.
Yeah, so start it then. But I hope I'll be able to train enough now. I'll have to get a proper one done beforehand. If not, I'll have to defer it until maybe September, October next year. Like because the body hasn't fully recovered yet, so it's hard to know where you're fully at.
And I suppose with the summer we're after getting, you'd be like, are you going to be entering heatwave season?
That's a good point, actually. Yeah,
May
because
20th.
it's so hard to enter in the heat, like. So maybe it'd be better off doing like September.
You'd be into one of the heat waves, I think,
Yeah,
if we
yeah.
had the same summer. But you never know. Obviously, it's a cool idea to think you'd start this challenge on the same day that you summited Mount Everest.
Yeah, but it's kind of it's coming around the corner, like. You know
Yeah,
what
like
I
I
mean?
think that's a really cool start for you. I don't think anyone's going to mind if you push it till September.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
that's,
exactly.
That's a huge challenge. And if you take that on, are you going to have like funding, a team?
Yeah, so I'll have like a camp van going around because obviously I would probably take 14, 15 hours to do the Ironman.
And if people want to come on board and join you for sections of it, is that something
Yeah,
you're
absolutely.
thinking?
I'll definitely be doing something like that.
Well, Jesus, we'll definitely be there when you're in, Carlow or Wicklow or Kildare. Any of the counties
Well, look,
close.
I'll be in either. Or
This
like.
is so
So yeah, it'd be
exciting.
nice to get us. So I'll do it for like charity or something like that. Raise a few quid or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully get as many people involved because it's easier doing stuff with other people. Like.
I can't wrap my head around that. Like, do you know, obviously I know of a girl who did 32 marathons in 32 days.
How'd you find
So
it?
you're going to do that in a plus so much more.
Yeah.
How did she find it?
Hopefully not bad.
Sophie Grace Holmes is her name, and she has cystic fibrosis.
Wow, yeah.
So she's been like kind of running to improve her lung function. She's pretty big on social media. I think she found it extremely tough.
Yeah.
But I mean, got through it, documented the whole thing. Have a feeling she's planning something else because It's that same spark in her eye that I think I'd see in you, where it's
Yeah.
like you just have this hunger for endurance and challenges and pushing your body beyond the limits to
Yeah, you're always
show
looking
what
for
you're
something
capable.
more.
Yeah,
That's the
but
problem when you do stuff when you're young. Like,
it's a problem when you are the youngest person in Ireland to summit Mount Everest. There is going to be no challenge big enough for you.
I know, that's
after
it.
That.
That's it.
That is incredible.
Sure, look, we'll see how we get on. I know, I've said it now, so I have to do it, don't I?
So my next question was going to be, we ask everyone this, and it's a ground shaking confession. To confess to us something you've done or said, big or small, that really like shook the ground within your own life. Now, clearly, summiting Mount Everest is like something that's shook the ground within your
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
But like, is there anything else that you haven't shared with us that you're like, when I did this, when I said that, it was a real moment of change in my life?
I suppose there hasn't, like, I suppose Everest has obviously been the biggest and stuff like that. But I think, like, I had a friend kind of, he did social media and stuff like that. And, like, I was so nervous to go out and actually put myself out there. And I think a lot of people are. And then once, like, you kind of have someone being like, go and do it. And then you actually go and do it. Like, it's so much easier than you'd actually think. Like, people don't care. Like, I think it's kind of a big thing that, like, it's so hard to go and put yourself out there, and like there's people that I'm talking to and they're like, I'm kind of scared to start like doing social media.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah.
Like who's gonna care? Like, I think it's a cringe quote, but I actually do love it. It's like, it says you have two lives and the second one starts when you realise you only have one. I think that kind of hits me.
love it.
Yeah, you're kind of like, look, you only have one. Like, go out and do it. Like,
Yeah, I absolutely love it. There's no point, like, people are going to have opinions no matter what you do.
yeah, exactly.
So just
exactly.
do it for you. Like, I would, I suppose, get the same in a different way. Just like I share a lot on social media.
Yeah.
It's my work as well as my life. For now, anyway, people are always like, I couldn't do what you do. And I'm like, because of the opinions that come with and the judgment. And I'm like, but eventually you're kind of like, well, this is my life, not theirs.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Yeah. And you're inspiring so many people when you do it. Love that. Right, okay. Adam Sweeney, we're going to do a little quick fire here. Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Do you drink coffee at all?
No, I don't drink coffee. I'm tea.
Do you know what? I had a feeling. You were not going to be a coffee drinker.
Do you drink coffee?
I do, yeah.
It's a bit much, like, isn't it? It doesn't taste good.
Well, I load it with sugar, caramel.
Yeah, okay,
and
right,
all
that's
that
fair
stuff.
enough.
So, yeah. Right. Sea or mountains?
Probably sea.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know, it's a crazy take.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. Sure, look, I grew up beside the sea, like.
Yeah,
so
fair.
I almost
Fair.
have to say the sea, like.
That's mental. You might not have an answer for this. Your biggest fear?
Biggest fear.
Adam Sweeney doesn't have fears.
No, I definitely have fear.
Actually,
Like rats.
rat's fair.
Like,
yeah.
are we talking like that? Or?
Like you'd run out of the room.
Oh,
screaming.
like, yeah, no. If there's a rat, someone else is going to have to get that out of the room. Like,
Fair. Love it. One word your friends would use to describe you?
oh, God, I don't know. This is a brutal question for an Irish person. Like,
Adventurous, brave.
no, I don't know. Like, they probably. I don't know what they'd say. Like,
It's a tough one.
yeah, it is.
Do you know
tough.
what? You'll have to go and ask them. And
Yeah, I
then
will.
Come back and tell me.
I probably wouldn't want to tell you the answer to that. It wouldn't be at the night, like.
What's your worst habit?
Probably late nights.
Late nights.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, but like watching basketball like 2 a.m. type stuff. Like,
Yeah, okay, fair.
You know.
And then you're probably up early for...
yeah, then you're wrecked.
Yeah, no, not for that. If someone offered you a free holiday tomorrow, where are you going?
Oh, free holiday. I think I'd go to like Argentina down to like Patagonia.
Oh, I love it.
That'd be cool. Like,
I love it.
yeah.
Favourite Irish place? That's not Dunmurray.
Yeah, of course. Favourite Irish place? Probably Muellery up in Mayo. There's like a mountain up there. It's
I've
class.
hiked that.
It's class. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Love that. Like,
So I've hiked that one and I thought that was more difficult than Carrington Hill.
it's so hard, isn't it?
Yeah, I
It
thought it was
actually
way
is
more
proper
difficult.
hard. Like,
Now I did it during a heat wave, which probably didn't help.
yeah.
But that nearly wrote me off. Like,
Yeah, did
so
you go and see
difficult.
your lake after?
Don't think I did.
Ah,
I think I
yeah.
just went back to the Airbnb because I was just fecked.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
give me
yeah.
a meal and put the feet up. What's harder for you, a rest day or a training day?
Probably train day. I
Okay.
can take a rest day.
You've no problem taking rest days.
No, I don't
Love
mind. I don't-
that.
as long as there's something nice on.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause, you kind of need, like, sometimes you actually do. People just forget. And the
Yeah.
rest is like, leave it off. Like.
Yeah.
But they're so important.
No, they are. But I was curious to get your viewpoint on that because
Yeah.
some people that do endurance type of like exercise just can't do it rest days, do you know? Love that.
I think in the heat, especially right now, like a
Oh,
rest
stop!
day
It's so hard.
isn't
I
it?
know.
So hard to train.
I went for a run today. So as of recording this, it was 32 degrees in my car coming down here. When I got back from the run, my brother-in-law was outside like hosing down the plants. I was like, "Go, just hose me down, like please." Yeah, just literally soaked the hat, and the shorts. Didn't mind. It was beautiful. Are you competitive?
Yeah. I think that's kind of why I got into like sports that are like it's you versus you. Because like if I'm in a team, like I'd be like I could be terrible, but I'd be really competitive. So it's quite annoying.
At least can't blame anyone else.
Yeah,
It's a
you
you
can't blame
versus you
yourself.
sort of. Yeah.
So yeah, you have to be like.
One luxury you miss the most on Mount Everest. Let's not say shower or toilet.
I was going to say toilet.
Yeah,
so you got
right.
there quick.
Because when after I asked that question, I was like, obviously it's a shower or toilet.
Yeah.
Any others?
Besides bed as well, I'd say. Besides bed. Any others? Probably like, I don't know, maybe like sitting down watching TV.
Yeah, I think for me it'd just be like Netflix and chill.
Just chilling out, yeah. Like,
Fair.
Nothing wrong
Netflix
with that.
and chill. Bag of potato, cup of tea. Would that be it?
Oh, as in...
like
what's
sitting
that?
down, Netflix,
Oh,
chill,
yeah,
bag of potato,
yeah.
cup of tea. I feel
yeah.
like that would be your sort of snack.
A few bickies, like. No, a few bickies and a cup of tea, like.
I love it. What's the bicky of choice?
Probably chocolate digestive.
Yes, I should have said that. I was going to put money on it.
Yeah.
Adam, that was absolutely amazing. It's been so lovely to have you on Shake the Ground.
Thank you so much for having me.
Remind us one more time your social media handles where people can find you if they want to follow along the journey.
Yeah, so it's Adam T. Sweeney and TikTok, Instagram, and I believe Facebook. I think the sisters run the Facebook as well. Like.
Amazing. I need to get your TikTok actually. I don't use it as much as Instagram.
Yeah, I know Instagram. I mean, you're already in, when you're doom scrolling. I can't imagine doom scrolling twice on TikTok as well. Like.
I know. Right, guys, before we finish up, I just want to take a moment to thank our partners at Amplify Media. Working with people who really get what you're trying to create makes all the difference. And Amplify don't just produce podcasts, they help you build something that lasts. If you've been thinking about starting up your own show or taking yours up a notch, check them out at amplify.ie. Adam, hopefully we'll have you back on in the future, maybe after doing 32 Ironmans in 32 days across 32 counties. Cannot wrap my head around that. But I wish you the best of luck with the hugely, insanely bright future I know you have ahead of you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for listening, guys. If you enjoyed today's episode, I really appreciate it if you could follow the podcast and leave a little rating or review wherever you're listening, because it genuinely helps more people to discover these conversations so we can bring more amazing chats to you. Until next time, keep challenging what you think you know and don't be afraid to shake the ground.